What's up, guys? I just wanted to show you how I made this.
Well, hello there, my friend. My name's Theodore, and I wanted to take a moment to tell you about the doctrine of justification.
Inside of Google's Veo 3, check it out. So what you do is head on over to, you can go to labs.google/flow. You don't have to type about, but you can. And this takes you to Google's newest text-to-video creation situation. It's awesome. It's definitely one of the best ones that I found. Super cool, especially with the voice syncing and lip syncing and so forth. So you get to create with Flow, and essentially, you're going to sign into whichever account that you want to use, your particular Google account, which will show up in the top right. And so, as you can see, my character is he's essentially sitting on a park bench, and this is the one that I'll show you. But basically, within Google, when I made this video, there were only a few options as far as creating goes. So every time you go to type in the generate text situation that you want to type in, you have to select which iteration of Veo you want to use. Do you want to use the Veo 3? And they use a different amount of credits. So Veo 3 is going to use the most credits. And then they came out with this new one, which is the Veo 3 Fast. It only uses 20 credits, so they didn't have that when I did my initial video. But essentially, so I did it with this one, and as you can see, the very first scene, you can kind of hear my character.
Well, hello there, my friend. My name's Theodore, and I wanted to take a moment to tell you about the doctrine of justification.
So it looks great, right? If you try to do Veo 3 again, so same exact prompt, and I used that professional version, the Veo 3, the beta one. The situation that you're going to run into, this one right here, the Veo 3 quality with the beta audio, the situation you're going to run into is he doesn't look exactly the same. He doesn't have a complete beard and so forth. This actually got pretty funny. I'd show you some other ones that it was just really interesting how many different kinds of people they created. So I couldn't really figure out how to get that consistency that I was looking for. So what I decided to do, I kind of made a compromise. Okay, so I kept typing in the same prompt, and essentially just tried to say, hey, make this again. But instead of using the Veo 3, I used Veo 2 and the fast one. So the problem with this one is that you're not going to get any audio with it. So, but in the case that I was making, which is this Pixar-styled animated situation, he didn't really need to. The lip syncing is not as crucial as it would be if it was like a real person, right? So as you can see here, this is super lip sync.
Well, hello
right?
there, my friend.
Amazing. And I wish that they could keep doing that. But if you try to use the Veo 3 model and continue the scene, which you can do up here if you go to scene builder. So say as soon as you get a scene created, you add it to the scene, and then what you do is you take this cursor, put it on the right side, and then you're going to create another one. And I always did the extend it because I'm trying to extend it for continuation purposes, for consistency. The problem is if you go to extend and then you make the model the Veo 3, it's not going to work. It's going to be like a different looking character. There's just going to be things that are different about it. And so what you've got to do when you do extend is you have to put in that you want it to be the Veo 2 fast. You're not going to get the lip syncing, but that might be okay depending on what you're looking for. So like for example, in the character that I was creating, because he was it wasn't as important because he was a Pixar character, I could get away with it. So as you know, the original one,
well, hello there, my friend.
Looks really
my
good,
name's
right?
Theodore, and
but now if you go back to him the second time, watch this. It still looks good in my opinion, but his lips are not synced. But you can get away with it. Watch it.
Now, I know that big words can be intimidating, but don't let that stop you from learning about this foundational Christian truth.
All right, so another problem that happens when you're doing Veo 3 is that, a lot of people talk about it, you get the subtitles. And the subtitles are a problem, and there are ways that you might be able to get rid of it. There are some cool AI programs, but the best ones that I looked at really just weren't perfect. I looked at, I'm trying to remember all of them that I looked at. I think I looked at, Hit Paw. There were some other ones I can't remember, but I did, you know, my due diligence, see if I could find one that could work, but nothing really worked. And as you can see, a lot of these will generate subtitles. Okay, not that one. Okay, not that one either. Let me show you one that a lot of them will generate these subtitles, and I think Google's working on that. As you can see here, look at this. But you know how I got away with that was, you know, all I would do is just zoom in enough to where the subtitle wouldn't be there anymore. So this guy right here.
Now,
here
in
he
order
is.
for God to declare us just in His sight, there must first be the forgiveness of our sins.
So you can see that he's, you know, it's zoomed in, right? Here's another example where not only was I able to take it and get rid of the subtitles, but like right here he was good. There was no subtitles, but right here is when the subtitles enter in, and I actually used it for kind of cinematic effect. So he zoomed
You
out.
see so much sin and imperfection.
So watch him. He's going to
Remember
sell
that
it.
God does not, in the words of the psalmist, deal with us according to our sins, nor repay us according
It
to
looks
our
like he's saying
iniquities.
something significant, right?
We have never,
And they're
can never.
zooming in again, so you can always use these things to that effect. But anyway, I hope this let's see here. I hope this video was helpful, just kind of helping you get your grip around Veo 3. It's awesome as far as the video creation, but right now they're still trying to work out the kinks with the consistency and the lip syncing for those continued consistent scenes in the next scene. So you got to downgrade it, which works if you're not trying to use a real character, or if you are using a real character, you don't mind that it's even more conspicuous that the lip sync isn't super great. So anyway, I hope this video helped, and I'll see you guys in the next one.